Hi and welcome back to SnapExcel. As a follow through on our lookup functions, we will be talking about the HLOOKUP. HLOOKUP is very similar to VLOOKUP. It's on a different orientation of the process. H stands for horizontal. It scans using the lookup function. So it looks up for a value from your topmost row and returns the data based on your row reference, and it can also return any data type such as numbers, string, characters, letters, whatever on your spreadsheet. It also has similar syntax. So function is HLOOKUP. We have the lookup value, comma, table array, comma, row index number, comma, and then range lookup. Lookup value is the thing that you're searching for. Table array is the range of your range or area in your spreadsheet where your table sits. Row index number is your reference row number. Range lookup, it's also optional, true if you're looking for approximate match, or false if exact match. All right, and also similar errors. So you're getting an A when your lookup value is not available in your table array, and ref if you have incorrect row reference. So let's go ahead and have an example, but before that, let's have a comparison side by side with VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. So previously we discussed that VLOOKUP scans for your data from your on your first column from top to bottom, vertical process. It searches for your lookup value, and then it will stop when when Excel found the lookup value on your array, right? And then we'll refer on your column reference like this. Okay, so on HLOOKUP, it's very similar, but again, it's on a different orientation. HLOOKUP scans the lookup value from the topmost row, doing horizontal process, and once it found your information that you're looking for on the topmost row, it will return the data based on your row reference. In this case, we have multiple rows. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. All right, so that's how the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP works. So let's go ahead and dive in to the example. So I created a table right here, any random number, right? And thought about apples, oranges, and melons. So we're gonna use that on our exercise. So what we would like to know is how many oranges were sold on the 9th week, and our 9th week is June 28th. So let's go ahead and use HLOOKUP to know how many oranges were sold. So starting with the formula with the equal sign, and then HLOOKUP. Our lookup value will be C7, which is June 28th, and we're going to use this table starting B13 to N16, comma, following the syntax. All right, and since we're looking for oranges, and oranges sits on the third row, row 1, row 2, and row 3, row 4. So we're gonna type in row 3 for oranges, and we'll look for the exact match. Hit enter. When done, there, it gave me 1,993 oranges. So week number 9, June 28th, oranges 1,993. So that's how HLOOKUP worked on this table. Let's go ahead and complete HLOOKUP. Same table. Now the apples sits on the second row, so we're gonna type in 2 and then false 2008. There, apples June 28. And moving on with melons, same lookup value. Now it will be different because it sits on row 4, number 4. Oops, we got an error because we type in VLOOKUP, supposedly HLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP, it looks for June 28 on this column. That's why it returned to an error. So we're gonna correct that with HLOOKUP. There, so we have 2003. So on June 28th, we sold 1,993 oranges, 2,008 apples, and 2,003 melons. So let's say we change the week number. Let's say week number 3. We're gonna use that. So as you can see, it automatically finds the data that it's searching for. So it scans from here to here, stop, and then refer based on your row references. So that's how HLOOKUP works on this exercise. So just going back to the functions, let's check about the errors. So we're getting NA and ref, so let's try to populate that. So earlier we had an error because we've used VLOOKUP, right? So for example, the following week, let's use that. We're gonna use the week July 26. So when we use VLOOKUP, our lookup function is this July 26 with the same lookup a table array, and then we are looking for the third row, which is for oranges. So it gave us an error because July 26 is not present in your table or on your lookup row. All right, so it's not there. That's why it's giving an error. So let's go ahead and try to show the ref error. Same exercise. I changed the lookup value to June 14. So that's on week 7. Let's delete this. So let's do that HLOOKUP June 14, same lookup table array. We're gonna use row 4. No, for oranges that should be on row 3. False. Right, so it gave us 2,000 oranges, right? But same as for the VLOOKUP, when you're getting the ref error when the Excel found your data, your lookup value, but it's trying to show the data, but you put in incorrect parameters here. So for example, on this table it's only up to 4 rows, row 1, 2, 3, 4, but we type in 5, accidentally type in 5, or someone, you know, change it to 5, it will give you a ref error. It's because it found the lookup value, but it's trying to return you the data for the 5th row, but it's not stated on your table array. So that's how the ref is showing up. So yeah, I hope you can avoid that when you use HLOOKUP. And let's also try the approximate, the range lookup. Same example. Let's do HLOOKUP. Same table. Oranges is for row 3. Oops, double. False. It's 2000. So the next week here is July. For example, July 25. Alright, so July 25 is not even the start of the week, right? But for example, we are trying to look for July 25. So if we use false or the exact lookup, it will give us an error because it cannot find the data July 25 on your row, right? But if we use the approximate, the true, it will give us the closest data, or the closest associated data on your row reference. I mean on your lookup value. So since we're looking for July 25th, and the closest date on July 25th from your row is July 19, then the HLOOKUP returns you with 2006, because this is the closest date for what you're looking for. Okay, so that's how the approximate lookup, range lookup for this example. So I hope we've understand how HLOOKUP works. Stay tuned for our next videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you again next time. Thank you.